All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, Doa, I stole your welcome back.
No, it's okay. I started before the microphones were on.
You started before the mic was on.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
We were just testing out the mic there.
I was so eager to get going.
Up and down, Matt Chisels.
Did that just happen?
Here in the hizzy, we got MC versus Chisel Prime going on here.
Chisel
Coming
Prime.
up next.
All right. ChiselPrime.we.
ChiselPrime.we.
Duking out with M-Sizzle on Terminus Rizzle.
MC
Who's gonna come out on
Minchul.
top, man?
MC Hammer is going to drop the hammer on Check Prime here in just a minute.
Well, that's what the MC stands for. It's actually Minchul Hammer.
That's right.
Yep.
It's going to be another game on Terminus Re. Very important match. MC is at 1-1. Check is at 2-0. If Check wins this, he is pretty much set into Codas. MC needs this game or he'll be at 1-2 and have a very difficult time of getting in. So it's a very important match for both players. Let's find out who's going to win here at the GSL.
That is definitely a pink keyboard. All right, over on the right side of the map in the red is our Zerg from the team Prime. He has got 2 wins and 0 losses. If he can make it 3 wins, he will be basically assured a spot in Code S, taking a big breath to stabilize himself there. He's got to be feeling the nerves because he's playing this guy. He is
August MC.
MC.
A Protoss who needs no introduction.
You know, I figured out what they were saying in that song.
What's that?
They had some cereal, but they didn't know how to eat it, and so one of them suggested, "Let's get a bowl."
I think you're right, actually.
I think that's what it was.
That could be it. I'm pretty sure that song is about cereal. Next line is like, and I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, too.
You know what I'm cuckoo for?
What?
Pepsi. And G-Skill RAM.
Oh,
and
that is
Ola ebook.
That's a very interesting pylon placement for MC. Actually, no, never mind. It's not. I was looking at something different. Actually, no.
No, it is
kind of
interesting.
is. Yeah.
He's putting his Forge blockade way out in front, so he can protect all 3 of those bases off just that door. It's going to make it a little bit more vulnerable.
Well, it's a bigger space to wall off, but
yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I remember, you know, I've actually talked to Protoss players quite a bit about walling off on this map, and there is a lot of variation in how people do it. It was like actually a really big topic of conversation when the guys were here for the World Championships way back earlier this year, is they would just, like White Ron, some of those guys would just kind of sit on this map and just play around with different wall-ins and just try different things. So it can be kind of a weird map for Protoss to do something like this on. I like this, though. I like that it keeps all 3 bases relatively safe. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yep.
And he scouts the expansion going down, but there's a couple Zerglings out now chasing that probe around. He's got a cannon going down. Should be fine.
Makes you wonder if MC is thinking of going for a ridiculously fast 3rd. I'm curious about that. He might not. You know, he might just be doing it for his eventual 3rd.
Yeah.
But he could be thinking something crazy, Moltrap.
You never know with MC, man.
Yeah.
He could just be trying to go for the same thing that we've seen him do before.
Yeah, it's possible.
Just getting, you know, quick Void Ray into Phoenixes, or like the game against Kyrix where he got like 3 Void Rays and did a very quick attack. This map has not quite lend itself to the same sort of attack, since he can't really warp in on the high ground in this map. Well, I guess actually there's like a couple places where he could warp in.
Yeah, there's a couple here and there.
Check space.
Yeah. Remember those crazy MC Hammer pants?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they kind of look like Aladdin pants, basically, like Aladdin from that Disney movie. Kind of similar.
Yes, they did. Yes, and
jumped off that building and he like floated down. Oh, that's a fast lair for Check Prime. Okay, that's cool.
Very interesting.
Very, very fast lair, actually. Wonder what he's planning on doing with that. In the past, you saw Zergs get a fast lair to get like Burrow for their roaches a little bit quicker back when all the Zergs were having to defend against a lot of those early gateway pushes. Now, times have changed, obviously. We're not going to see something like that, but I'm curious to see what he's going to go for with that. If he's going to go right for an infestation pit or if he's going to go right for fast hydras because he's playing MC and he knows MC is going to make a Stargate, which MC is right now. You don't even need to check because it's MC. He's predictable.
Don't even need to check if he's making a Stargate.
Nope, you don't. Check doesn't need to check.
Check doesn't need to check.
Yep.
Yeah, so check, like you said, very fast lair. And he's going ahead and making this another queen as well. And he's starting to make some Zerglings. I'm just trying to figure out what he's going to do. And I was going to say, I think it might be Nidus. I
believe you.
I was going to say that, but I was like, I don't know.
Well, just look at where he's got his overlords.
Here's the thing. The way the MC has expanded, his wall is actually, this is why, his wall is actually not near his Nexus. So that means his Nexus is actually very vulnerable to anything that comes in the back of his base. And there are so many places he could build a Nidus Canal. He could build in the third, he could build in the main, and the Nexus will be completely undefended since his cannons won't actually be near it at all.
Yeah, this could actually work pretty well. I was wondering why he was getting that lair so early. There's the Nidus coming up at the third. The pylon is not going to see it, and MC could be in some pretty serious trouble. All he has is a Void Ray that's taking some damage from the Queen.
And the Nidus War pops out, and a ton of speed Zerglings are coming out of it into the complete undefended natural. There's a cannon warping in there, but it is not going to do enough good. There's so many Zerglings, he's having to run up to his wall, and this is the issue with having your wall so far from your expansion. Every probe is in danger.
Well, he's chasing the probes to the natural, and then he can kind of corner everything with his Zerglings. That is a ton of Speedlings right now. Check is going to keep streaming him through there. Might be able to get the Nexus. In fact, I believe he will. His other Zergling's going to work on the other Nexus. He might actually just kill both of MC's Nexuses right now, which that's actually probably what he's going to do. Oh, blocking the ramp.
There's the GG.
GG. Wow.
The ha-ha GG.
I told you, man. People didn't believe me. I said Check Prime was improving, and look at that.
All right, I believe you now.
3-0 so far. And I believe that's the last one he's going to have to play. You know, I mean, to be fair, he did trick MC. He did sort of get one over on him, you know, right?
Yeah. I mean, that was definitely not a straight-up game.
No, but I feel that overall he's still improving. I really
But you know what? You know what he did? This is what he did.
Yeah. What did he do?
Check. Saw MC doing something a little bit out of the ordinary.
Yeah.
Saw the flaw in it and took advantage of the flaw.
Absolutely.
That's what he did. And that is why he deserves that win 100%.
Yeah.
MC played a little bit weird, tried to get greedy, and, you know, that's, you know, some of the best players, that's when they lose, is when they get greedy. And MC was trying to get greedy there and ended up paying the price for it. I mean, imagine if he'd had those cannons back next to his Nexus. That wouldn't have happened the same way. MC had nothing to defend.
Well, I mean, he had some chances. Imagine if he would have taken his Void Ray and actually looked around for Overlords, you know, like some Protoss players do before they move on to the Zerg base. But, you know, so that could have helped a little bit. But overall, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think you hit the nail on the head. And MC Hammer, he might be the hammer, but this time the nail fought back, and Check Prime took him down. So that was a pretty cool game. Check Prime definitely taking advantage of MC, taking advantage both of his weird wall-in like you're talking about, and also about the fact that MC goes Stargate in every single PvZ almost. I mean, he's going to have to do something a little bit different there. People are catching on. I mean, they know how MC is going to play. You know, if we know about it, chances are the pros do too. So our next game here is going to be Zenex Kyrix versus Enishoso Jakji. Another ZVT. And the map is going to be Crossfire. A map that some people would say is better for Terran, but Zergs have been more successful on. Yep. Now, these guys, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Jakji beat Lucira. He lost to Czech, I believe it was. And now he has to play Kyrix, playing the other Zerg player.
Yeah.
So, if you can beat 2 out of 3, it's pretty good.
On Crossfire, just looking at the stats here, actually, Zergs have actually won 61% of the games on Crossfire versus Terran. So, statistically, it does favor Zergs. We're going to find out if Jakji can overcome those stats and get a 2-1 in this group. In just a moment here at the GSL up and down matches. Don't go anywhere.
All right, well, the game is taking a little bit longer to load than it normally would, so we'll get you in there as soon as we possibly can. You know, the guy who does that song, you know what his favorite Johnny Depp movie is?
What?
Blow, blow, blow. That's a Johnny Depp movie, isn't it? I don't know. All right, let's get into the game.